Он начинает сторона, собственно, Kirby.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm back once again for another AGDQ run, or just GQ run in general. This time, if Kirby Star Allies guest stars question mark question mark question mark question mark Star Allies go hyphen the three Mage Sisters. That's the full title of the category. If you want to be all specific, but I can call it guest star Mage Sisters for short.
That's what I called it when I submitted this game like forever ago.
Yeah. With me on Counter Battle, we have Lori D. Blanken. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Lori. I've been running this game. I've been running this mode basically. I ran it for like a week on release, and then I started running it again when the Mage Sisters came out. This is a really funny game, and I hope you guys like
Так,
it.
сразу немного расскажу об игре. Это игра Nintendo, вышедшая в 2017 году, которая вышла на платформу Switch. Это платформер. Это 2,5D-платформер, в который Kirby и его друзья снова идут на приключения. Проблема заключается в том, что категория называется Guest Star 3 Mage Sisters. Грубо говоря, игрок будет играть за персонажа, который управляет сразу тремя персонажами, и он может переключаться между ними. Поэтому и категория и называется «Приглашенная звезда», 4 знака вопроса, 3 Mage Sisters. Ну, то есть 3 сестры мага. 3 сестры магички. Так что время начинается, как только нажимает игрок на старт. Так, как я и сказал, в геймплейно он может переключаться между персонажами. Он сразу выбирает с молниями, потому что он может дашиться по воздуху.
Breaks ice, but is unfortunately in every other aspect like not going to be useful in the run.
Также, как вы можете заметить, на карте есть иногда некоторые объекты взаимодействия, которые, оказывается, эксклюзивны к персонажам, которые игрок играет. То есть, например, мы не только недавно увидели, чтобы открыть дверь, например, магу молнии, надо было, например, зарядить дверь. Чтобы растопить лед, надо было ударить огненному магу мечом. Чтобы потушить, надо было, собственно, набрать воды в пушку водяному магу и выстрелить в дверь. Или разбить воздухом вот таким вот выпадом, посохом. Я напомню, это всеми этими персонажами можно переключаться буквально во время игры.
You do three of them in a row like this. I'm always repressing it over and over again. Usually I just alternate between L and R back and forth like this. Just go zip, 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 zip.
По мере прохождения игры также персонажи могут накапливать опыт и получая всякие бонусы либо к передвижению, либо к силе удару. Также попутно отличие этой игры от других в том, что попутно мы собираем компаньонов, либо компаньонов, которые управляются другими игроками, если игра играется по сплитскрину, либо с помощью мобов, которые у нас разбросаны по карте.
Here's to another great Kirby run, and here's to many swoosh, swoosh, swoos.
Yeah, whenever like Zan does her zip, it goes like very good.
Также, какая-то была бы игра про Kirby, если бы тут не было трансформации.
We actually get the dribbly there, the wire snake, if you will, because we crash against the ceiling. It just kind of cancels the end lag of it by just being there, going into the upgrade. And now here, I'm playing Parallel Woods, who is like the upgraded version of Whiskey Woods in this game. Zan Zan's very good for damage, and a big reason for that is because of this, because of her downstep attack, which actually adds a damage multiplier to all your moves. It's very good in that regard. And then also the up attack you're calling Lightning Lemonade, which as you can see, destroy Whiskey in 3 hits, like that. Very, very good. There's a bunch of hitboxes on that move, especially like this. Especially on the cloud.
Окей, что сейчас вообще произошло? Во-первых, игрок сразу убрал всех своих ботов для того, чтобы пересклеить свой собственный урон. То есть, чем больше у тебя напарников, тем меньше урон наносит, собственно, главный персонаж игрока. Это раз.
If we're gonna talk
Во-вторых,
about the actual Mage Sisters themselves, I actually love
во-вторых,
the fun
главный игрок
fact from
использовал
quite a big
Магомолнии по
RUSC
причине
recently,
того, то, что у нее
because they're all named
есть
after actual named weapons.
атака
So part of
даунстепищая,
it is actually a Fallen
которая
Spear,
имеет, оказывается, Fallen Wool.
a Flambear is like a, it's a sword,
Как
and
только
like
она
a
падает
Winchester
на
is
ноги.
just a type of axe.
А также у нее есть
So there's a little
довольно
fun
сильно
fact there
дамажащий
for you.
урон посохом вверх.
Now you can't say and learn anything during my speedruns. Yeah, right here we're gonna destroy Bonkers May boss here, and then immediately friend them.
Кстати, я вижу сразу очень много бывших боссов старых игр про Kirby.
Which this game goes by in-game time for the main timing method, so anytime we can save time with IGT is very, very good, just like right there.
Yeah, you're gonna see pretty soon a kind of ultimate attack that pauses the in-game timer, which is what makes it really good in this run. But before that, we get to see Francisca's enemy capabilities. In this case, it's not in single target damage, but cleaning out rooms very quickly due to freezing enemies, not only counting as death, but also not having a death animation.
And speaking of that all-out attack, this is the Sister Circle right here. It's about 10 seconds long, like in real time or so when you use it, something like that. But it will like do just massive amounts of damage. In this case, just instantly destroy King Deity here. But the fight's not over yet. We're in the phase 2 now, where he gets all buff. Just to buff Deity. And now we just keep doing the lightning eliminate over and over again, and just keep on destroying him. Now we do little Xans.
Так, мы дошли до босса третьего уровня, это параллельный DDD, то есть вся эта игра происходит в параллельных измерениях.
Some bad hitboxes there, 77 hits. If put down well, it takes about 5 hits there. But
И да, мы также будем использовать удар посохом вверх.
It's such a fun like run in general. I love. There's really no other one like it. By the way, I didn't even get it right there. I'm also won the puzzles.
You're definitely finishing that mid run. Yeah, that's one of the collectibles in this game.
Игра про Kirby без Kirby, да? Так оно и есть. Не, Kirby в этой игре есть. Другое дело, у тебя есть возможность играть без него. Вы можете поиграть за кого-либо другого.
I mean, this is like a celebration game. I mean, I guess every Kirby game is a celebration game if I think about it.
Hal treats us well. Hal loves Kirby, and I love Kirby as well too. So thank you, Hal.
Thank you, Hal.
Alright, I'm gonna get Broom Hatter. Important enemy in particular for upcoming section where we need another enemy to get into a certain door. But also the Broom Hatter is good for a very specific reason. That's because it can move and also like attack at the same time, which is...
Так, мы также берем с собой Брум Хаттера, он нам поможет с клипом через одну дверь. С клипом, да, получается просто пройти дверь. Понял, хорошо.
It also hits the switch next to the Blipper, which is good for the Broom Hatter's kind of flow, if that makes sense.
Yeah, look how it just didn't stop right there. It just immediately hit the switch below them and then went right over to their switch, no problem. And you didn't have to wait at all because of that.
This room has taken on many forms, and even the Broom Hatter is mean sometimes.
Sometimes just won't do that. That's okay. You do you, Broom Hatter. I'm not here to stop you. But yeah, time to destroy Chef Kawasaki. We're invincible currently because we got invincibility candy, which makes us go a bit faster in this game, and also, of course, have a hitbox when we destroy people. So, it does a lot of damage that way. In particular, though, this room has a lot of wind in it, so I want to make sure that I can zip
Также мы прошли мид-босса уровня.
the winds. If I can, all the way to this button up here, which I did. Nice, very good.
Опять-таки, магичка молнии проходит буквально огромное количество рана с помощью ее и дэша.
And that one has a much longer animation than just the standard like standing stab. So you have to make sure to stop your movement completely before breaking those boxes, otherwise you'll get a really long animation. The other thing I want to point out right now, that was a really nice ending. Other thing I wanted to point out is after the Chef Kawasaki fight, you picked up an attack card. In Get Star, you have 3 stats you can see in the top left: your attack damage, your HP, and your movement speed. And there are little
Так как нам Хэттер больше не понадобится, мы его удаляем.
For the most part, we don't tend to go out of the way for them, but usually there's 1 or 2 enemy gauntlets in each stage that provide us with some upgrades, and we'll usually just take those because it loses minimal time to grab them.
Yeah, those upgrades especially are really good, because, like, it's not super...
Также надо сказать то, что мы удаляем компаньонов, мы получаем бонусы, которые мы можем видеть наверху.
Zan's already really good at doing damage, so therefore us do more damage. That's a good thing. That saves time in speedruns.
More damage is never bad. Never hurt anybody. Well, okay, it hurt a lot of people.
It hurts the people who need to be hurt to go fast, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly.
That's what we need.
Right, I'm gonna switch to Francesca because we're doing a little...
Интересно, если у игры есть тиммейт 40 минут, неужели она такая здоровая, учитывая то, что мы так быстро проходим уровни?
And then just like before, again, you throw a friend heart right at them, and then immediately get rid of them too.
Yeah.
So,
Так, у нас сейчас стычка с 2 мид-боссами.
You're my friend now. Never mind.
Yeah, and that's
also say hello to Francesca, everybody.
Yeah, and then there was a small enemy rush at the beginning of, or at the very end actually, of
Так, я прошу прощения, меня ответить на этот звонок.
And shows off a lot more of the projectile, which is very ruthless.
Yeah. Fun fact, this is called the Frozen Gelato. That's the name of that move right there. Just gonna use that for like all these different like fights. You gotta take out an enemy like this. Same with also flowing too. Flowing is like something that's actually a little tricky to do in this run. I'm gonna hopefully make it look kind of trivial though. I accidentally did this move. I've never actually done that move before. That was weird.
I don't think I know the input for that move.
But I don't even know what the input for that one is. That was strange. But yeah, it's a little tricky to do. I have to like kind of just tap A really fast in the air to make sure I just stay afloat. But this move, thankfully, just charging it allows me to stay afloat no matter what, which is nice. But like, for certain things, like using Zan's spear really quickly in the air, I have to immediately just tap A and then just like do the stab itself, which is very tricky to do and very easy to mess up because Zan's dash attack is very slow and laggy. You don't want that to happen, which will normally happen after you do the zip normally. So like you want to just kind of prevent that whenever you can. I come up here is a very cool boss fight that I like a lot. I hope I can get the fast strat for it because it looks very, very cool. But this is Parallel Meta Knight right here. I'm gonna start doing a little Zan stab in the ground, just to do a little damage multiplier to him, and then hope for good luck here.
Да, опять теперь у нас Meta Knight.
Block my attacks. There we go. See, bam, huge damage, and then two stabs in the ground, and then such a circle. I think we got him. I think we got him there.
That looks really good.
Yeah, if he goes in the background there, and then it reappears again. If just the right timing, bam, there you go.
Так, учитывая то, что мы сейчас просто завидели своими же атаками Meta Knight, мы просто наносим ему тучу урона. И это был Meta Knight.
When we did the sister circle. Oh my goodness.
6 puzzle pieces, 1 win the right spot.
When we did the sister circle though. Because you might have noticed this during parallel DDD as well, and we have a boss coming up soon that will take advantage of it in a very funny way. But every like main boss for the most part has 2 kind of like parts to them, and they gain a very large amount of armor when transitioning between the 2 parts. So like in parallel DDD, you saw the sister circle do exactly half the health bar, and then DDD went into phase 2. Or in Meta Knight, we waited a little bit after. Like if you notice during the Zan stabs when we were setting up the multiplier, they didn't actually do a lot of damage. But then as soon as we did the sister circle, we waited for him to jump and start flying back, and we got our like max damage. Because the sort of like phase transition armor had ended. There's a boss fight coming up soon.
Там получили сразу апгрейды этого уровня.
Boss is kind of split up into 2 parts, and both of the boss's health bars play into.
Так, следующий босс, я слышу, будет разделен на 2 фазы. У него будет некоторые манипуляции из предыдущих боссов. Okay.
but it has just a lot of end lag to it, so we want to avoid that usually. But that's the one time we really like use it on purpose.
Интересно, любая атака, которая можно сделать магом электричества, будет триггерить как раз-таки вот эти розетки на полу или на стенах. Неважно, что либо это будет ап-атака или даун-атака.
So they're starting, so the hitbox is there. Just get into phase 2 with like basically 0 health. But I need to do damage to them though in order to actually defeat the boss. Look at that. Look at the health bar there.
Yeah, so they're quite literally on 1 because the game is like, we need to play
это был босс.
animation to go into phase 2. Then phase 2 needs to happen. And
Yeah.
like you can see, you started the laser, and like they were kind of taking like damage
Excuse me.
punches.
That's Electro Eclair.
My bad.
Thank you.
But like
Respect the lore.
But when you did Electro Eclair, they started to be like taking the damage ticks on their like sprites or their models, but they weren't actually taking damage in the health bar because they needed to finish their armor, and they were already at 1 HP.
Ага. То есть, получается, когда мы сделали супер, так каждый тик урона приходился на каждый кадр анимации. Вот почему там так быстро, собственно, и вдобавок они стояли вместе. Поэтому там было так много урона. И мы сразу затриггерили вторую фазу, и даже во второй фазе там оставалось не так уж и много хп. Я так думаю, то, что это скорее раннер делает их такими изичными. Потому что, насколько я знаю, в Kirby не так уж все прям плохо со сложностью, если ты играешь один или с друзьями. Нормальным прохождением.
There's not going to be a lot of boss fights. It's going to be a lot of movement and enemy gauntlets.
Yeah, that was the dash hook right there. And I also love this song, by the way. It's like the final level theme of Dreamland 3, which just underrated Kirby game, honestly. It's a very good one. Also, you'll notice a lot of these rooms in general, really just all the rooms in general, are just like references to other Kirby games. Like that was a reference to Carrot last room there was Carrot Castle from Kirby's Maze and Mirror. You'll see a lot more other things like that. I'll also point out later, hopefully. But that's just one I like to point out there every time.
There's a really funny story I have about that actually with a level in the area.
Я не скажу, что все время. Мне наоборот, я насколько помню, не то, что мне доставлял проблем Кирби, не. Со сложностью он там умеренный, он такой легко умеренный, я бы сказал. Ты играешь в Kirby ради удовольствия, а не ради того, чтобы позадротить все-таки. Не сказать, что Kirby прямо настроен на такую хардкорную аудиторию. Да, с потайными дверями. Да, опять-таки, да. Он больше на... Как называется правильно? На то, как... Да, на само именно простое прохождение игры. На то, как ты именно эксплоришь игру. Как бы игра никогда не была задумана... Точнее, даже можно сказать, серии не были так задуманы на как скоростное прохождение.
My favorite dream friend. I've actually messing around with them recently in this game. Just because, like, we're doing a thing hopefully soon for, like, a G Gothic show they want to submit to. Me and Dark Soul, I mean. But, I think it might be either, like, Magalore, Susie, or DeRoach. One of those three. Besides Mage Sisters, of course. One of those three for sure, though.
I would say my favorite, other than the Mage Sisters, is probably DeRoach, just because, like we mentioned earlier, we were both big nerds for Squeak Squad, and I just love seeing that moveset incorporate like all the other Squeaks as well.
It's so cool. Actually, we have a little more time before the boss here, so like if you want to give one more donation, that'd be pretty good.
Sure. We got a $5 donation from Happy Bear, who says, Shasta, it's been so fun making friends with you on your channel over the past
Так,
few
мы
months.
приближаемся к следующему боссу.
Destroy this run awfully quickly.
Thank you very much, Happy Bear. She's referencing the fact that like I'm currently doing a project on my own channel where I'm trying to beat every single Nintendo DS game. Yes, every single one. There's 1,697 of them. I counted. I did research. Yeah. But I played a lot of great games along the way because of that so far. I'm very happy about the projects. It took me
Yeah,
a
you
while to
played
like.
a lot of great games and a lot of other games.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Let's go with that one. Yeah, there's that fight right there. We actually keep the nests around there. Oh, I don't even mention this yet, but like, if we have allies in general, there's a puzzle, by the way. Let's go. That's a good one. Farewell to Kirby is what it says. It's all. That's actually all the puzzles. There we go. What the heck? Cool. Well, yeah.
Wow.
Anyways, I was gonna mention if we have allies in general, like just with us, they actually do less damage to bosses whenever we do any sort of hits. So we want to have 0 allies for most of the run. Sometimes they're useful though. Like the nests do damage in that last mini boss fight, so we keep them around there. But that's generally the idea. Is to just have no like allies with us the whole run for the most part.
Also, I feel like I need to reiterate that just because of how funny it is. The AI in this
Так,
game
я
is so
заметил также,
bad
надо
that
сказать
it's
то, что
actually
с
faster
каждым,
than just so the
грубо
bosses
говоря,
less.
этапом у нас
Like, you're not
ресетятся
feeling
наши
that big
апгрейды, и нам надо
compensate
будет находить
for
их
the
снова.
boost given to bosses.
Интересно.
I made this mistake the other day where I had one down step instead of two. Two of them should eliminate Bugsy right here.
Первый
if I
мидбосс.
recall. I've been doing one recently, and I've not been doing that. There we go, bam. Aha. Corrections. I'm going fast here, everyone.
Let's go.
Yo,
That's what you
shout out
like
to
to see.
speedrunning. Let's go.
Have you guys heard of this cool thing? It's where you go as fast as you can in a video game.
You ever heard that before? I love doing that.
I
It's
think we should
great.
do it for charity or something.
I agree, especially for like Friend Cancer Foundation. That's a good foundation to raise money for, I'd say.
That's a
Yeah.
great charity.
Shout out to the video Slime Time on YouTube. It's about like the Dragon Quest slime and also Gooey from this game. Very good. This is the same music from that video. That's why I'm pointing it out. It's a
It's
good
a
video.
good video.
Check it out. It's very cute.
I was playing a game today, and I found a room just called the Slime Room.
That's great. Was there a slime in it?
There were many.
Good. I hope so. False advertisement otherwise.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think I can give one more donation during this part.
Yeah, we can.
Alrighty. We've got $75 from Gamer Owen, who says, had to donate during the Kirby run, and I'm dedicating this to my grandma, who was recently diagnosed with cancer a few months ago. Good luck on the run, Mr. Shasta, and can I get a pollo?
Pollo.
Can I do that too?
Go for it. Hey, that was really good.
Thank you for the 75, and all the best to your grandmother, Gamer Owen. Thank you.
Absolutely. All the best. All the best. Here's another assistant circle for gold on the silver box right here. Mentioned one earlier. And after they send me up into the sky in a second, once I crash back down, I'm going to go to the left here. And then immediately turn around and do a giant electro eclair, and that should cover every option. Or to the right, I guess. Whatever works. There we go.
Yeah, the like edges of the electro eclair are big enough to hit the platforms above and below, and they always start on the second and fourth rows. So if you just do one in the middle, you hit them both.
All right, this part is really hard for me usually.
Так, а каким образом прошли предыдущего босса? Все, хорошо, да, я понял. Я сначала подумал, вроде бы возвращающийся босс, я сначала подумал то, что, скорее всего, это мид-босс. Нет, это босс просто уровня, но не этапа. Примерно та же тактика, как и в прошлый раз, но только когда появились лестницы, мы забрались посередине, и наш луч, который мы обычно добивали его в первый раз, должен покрыть оба этажа выше и ниже.
Also, you picked up an all upgrade heart, so you have one health upgrade now, but this is where I was going to say, in context of the Waddle Dee balls doing a lot of damage, this is where us kind of skipping a bunch of power-ups, especially health power-ups, might start catching up to us a little bit. I wouldn't say there's too many parts of this whole run where you were at, like, full death risk, but...
Except for the end.
Except for the very end, yeah. But it can get scary in a lot of other portions.
Надо сказать то, что сам ран довольно-таки сейвовый. Нам сейчас объясняет за кадром Лодри. здесь не так уж много уровней, которые действительно прямо заканчивают ран. То есть, опять-таки, это семейная игра, здесь не так уж и много опасностей.
There's another big enemy clearing room right here. Just getting bunch of frozen gelatos, taking them all out.
Учитывая, насколько быстро прохождение делают три сестры
Got to take out 3 of them right here,
относительно по
and then
отношению к
use my
другим
giant
категориям.
axe to take out like just do a few so we can take out the rest of them.
Yeah.
Just a little lower there. There we go. This one's a little tricky because I have to kind of alternate back and forth which direction I go with the frozen gelato. Make sure I'm at the right height so that it actually bounces off the platform there and like stays up there so I can hit some of the enemies that spawn in. There we go. That was really good. Then while it's trending over, do that. Bam. All apart right there. My troubles. Very good stuff so far. Upcoming here is also another favorite of mine for the boss fights.
Yeah, I like this one
It's pretty
too.
simple. I don't know why I phrased it that way.
But I
Good.
also just really like the idea of like the strategy here, because it's like Krako, iconic Kirby enemy. There's 2 of them. We're gonna do a sister circle here, similar to the like health bar reasons why we do this on Pawn and Con, Gold On, and Silbox. You're hitting both of them at once. That's pretty nice. But these guys actually don't have a second phase transition at all. They just have a second form with a second health bar. And
It's become huge.
become large. And that's what I'm saying. I really like this from a strategy
Так,
standpoint. These iconic guys
в этом
into,
боссе
like,
сразу 2 фазы. Мы прошли первую фазу, и теперь у нас они соединились в одно.
The answer's still no.
Однако
You cannot be a singular unit. Sorry.
у нас мало того, что уже 3-го уровня дополнение к атаке, так еще вдобавок у нас самый прием довольно-таки сильный, который покрывает выше, и это
Instead of being like, oh, that's a
довольно быстро.
I got that earlier in my practice as well.
Проходим босса.
To save there. But yeah, this is the final level right here. There's 3 parts to it. Obviously, I called that one right at the
Так,
last
переходим на
part.
следующий этап.
This is the only time in the run I actually use a D-pad instead of
Так,
the
в этом
stick
этапе
for
3 части.
thin platforms. There's a reference to Dreamline 2
В этом уровне, но следующего этапа.
And now back to Zan. And now back to the stick as well too. We're just gonna zippy zoom over here and past everything. Actually, use Dreamline 3 for this room in particular. I remember that one. I played a lot of Kirby in my day.
I like
Kirby's
Kirby.
pretty cool. I like Kirby.
I'm a fan
Anyone
of
else like Kirby? Let me know. Oh, wait, this room right here. This is the room right here I was talking about earlier, where I had a revelation that this is the room I recognize. That's the first room of Half Moon in Superstar. I didn't know that until like recently.
Oh my god, it is!
Yeah.
Oh, you're so right. I'll point out the amazing mirror room I was talking about earlier.
Yeah, that'll be in like I think next level.
Yeah, it's in section 2. You probably specifically might recognize it because you've also played your fair share of mirror.
Yeah.
but-
By the way, Flambear is right here. Is there one
Так,
strat?
надо еще кое-что отметить. Только что отметили то, что синяя магичка у нас отлично подходит для зачистки арен, как все вот мы видим сейчас. Как раз таки из-за ее вот этой большой атаки глыбы льда, которая просто раскидывается по всему экрану.
There we go. Friend hearts.
Так оно
Hi,
еще и
friend now.
возвращается, эта тарелка.
Nope. Up here is also going to be a nice little speed up and a little attack up, so we're going to get that and then go right to the door.
And
Yeah,
that's
a lot
gonna
of
be
this
the
is
first
very
check.
calculated in general this run because like if you
Так,
mess up with
подобрали
the
сразу
mirror,
заспавнившийся
you can
апгрейд, и
lost
мы
and
переходим к
stuff.
следующему уровню.
So I kind of just like I've gone good at this just mind doing so many no resets or anything else.
Yeah.
It's I make it look easy, but it's very tricky in general. Which is kind of like the crux of a lot of different like Kirby speedruns out there is that they look pretty easy, but like no, they're not. I don't even want to say that.
It's got that very layered gameplay that I think makes really good speedruns. Also, this is the Campy
Absolutely.
Constellation Room I was talking
Yeah.
about. I believe
This
this
is the
and
next
the
one.
next one. Yeah. But it's got that very layered kind of gameplay to it. All Kirby games do, where it's like, yes, they're very easy to pick up and play as a casual, but if you want to get into running them, there's a lot to it that like you don't even have to do it from a speedrunning perspective. If you just kind of get good at these games, learning them, just like as somebody who enjoys repeatedly playing them, and you'll pick up a lot of really good tech that you might not have picked up on your first playthrough.
Right here, we need 3 enemies in general, or 3 friends rather. Excuse me, they're my friends now. Do
Yeah.
another do a friend circle here. Probably the last room was a Squeeze Squad room. It was an A2 of
Yes.
Kirby Squeeze Squad. I know a lot
Так,
about
да,
Kirby.
нам тут
Yeah,
надо
let's do
3
one
друга для
donation
того,
right now.
чтобы собраться в
All
круг
right,
и
we've got
раскатиться
a
по
$50
скалам.
donation from Palm, who says, "Hey all, good luck with this run, Shasta, and shout outs to everyone putting on this event. Let's get to that 1,000,000 mark, and remember, Kirby
Ага.
is cute."
I just completely blanked right there. I'm supposed to switch. That's on me.
Yeah. So
Agreed though, Palm. Kirby is cute. Give me another donation.
We have a $25 donation from Kai Crowley, who says, "I love AGDQ, and I'm so excited to see one of my favorite games, Kirby Star Allies."
Don't hit that switch. It's
There.
slow.
yeah. Something unfortunate that we have not brought up yet is if you die, you do get forced back into Francisca and have to swap back to Zan. That's something I've forgotten to do many times after dying in that room, kind of specifically.
I forgot as well too. I have a strategy here that I think I took from Yanapu, who's lucky holder for this game, for like first every category, including the Mage Stitches run as well. But I can use the game mechanic of just like I forget what's even called, but like you can like combine elements in general with like different like enemies depending on like, who it is, and just like give them stuff. Like for instance, the Ice Hammer right there I just gave to the Bonkers. Which right here we're kind of just hoping that they don't die to the shot zones. They can like get rid of the shot zone shots, no problem. Whether or not they do that though is random, but I do that
Надо заметить, да, у многих персонажей в этой игре имеют различные взаимодействия с другими персонажами в этой игре. Например, таким образом, ледяная магичка может дать, например, вот этим 2 ребятам с молотами и заморозить этих молотов. Таким образом, каждый раз, когда они будут бить, там будут еще дополнительные анимации ледяных шипов. Что помогает при зачистке с аренами.
He's chilling.
He's just chilling.
But yeah, that's a big part of. That's actually a really like useful part of the like main game is that kind of ability combinations. But since the Mage Sisters as a character do so much damage, we don't really end up using it. But I know in terms of damage, like we've been using Lightning Lemonade a lot as some of the best DPS in the
Real
game.
quickly, little skip right here. Bam, made that cycle.
Nice, yeah.
It's very, very tiring it there. Go ahead.
But I do want to shout this ability out in particular, because every time I do like a showcase of this game and I mention how good the DPS of Lightning Lemonade is, there's always a comment telling me about how the best DPS in the game is actually Wind Bomb. So I need to shout out Wind Bomb. I feel like it's part of my legacy at this point.
I guess so, yeah. That's what they actually use that in the Kirby speedrun though, not in like yes stars at all.
Wind Bomb is used a lot in the story mode.
Mm-hmm.
So
which maybe the run for this game too is also very good, I must say.
Yeah.
Use a lot of the piggybacking mechanic, which you're not going to see in this run, but it's very good. All right, so this room and then the very next one are the hardest room in the entire run right here. It's very easy to get accidentally squished by these blocks here. And if they squish you, it's a one-hit kill.
Так, эта комната, эти следующие 2 комнаты будут самыми сложными в этом ране, потому что заруинить могут вот эти как раз-таки передвигающиеся блоки, которые могут тебя раздавить. Так что надо быть аккуратны с этими дашами.
There's 4 worlds, but the last one's pretty long. I'm gonna take it safely. How are we doing that? There we go.
So like,
do I go for it? Do I go for it?
Go for it.
Ah, no. I backed that last second.
At least you bailed out.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I didn't land at the right spot. I would have just died.
That's fair. That's like something I came up with a cube for because I wanted to make sure I could get it, and then I still was too scared to go for it.
Yeah, I don't go for it anymore.
That's fair.
Gotta go for it in a marathon, you know? Because we're going for having fun over here, not for PBs.
Yeah.
We're getting a PB and having fun. That's the most important thing.
But yeah, like between like the other like 3DS kind of era of Kirby runs, the story mode of this game is one of the shorter story modes.
That was really strange.
So I do want to shout out that category because it is super cool.
Back down a little bit, it's fine. And final room right here, upcoming is the final boss, which is going to be Morpho Knights. Morpho Knight is very difficult It's very easy to just kind of choke
Так,
runs to him as well too. I feel like from personal
последняя
experience,
комната
'cause
осталась, и
it's
после
kind of
этого
relies a lot on
сразу
luck and like
будет
what he does with
последний
tags and
босс.
stuff. But if all goes correctly, we do what we have to here. And also depends on like how much you got hurt in previous rooms too, because you don't get healed before him, unless
You
you
have
die,
pretty
of
decent
course.
health.
I should be fine ideally, but never know what happens.
You never
Yeah, right here
know.
we're gonna start off with a sister circle, just like that. And then afterwards, I'm just gonna lightning lemonade and hope that he jumps upwards in the air, so I do more damage until the second phase happens.
Yeah,
Так,
His
so
first
последний
appearance
босс у нас
Morpho Knight, by the way, the entire previous
Morpho
series.
Knight.
If you're familiar with Forgotten Land, he's one of the bosses right at the end of the game.
he is there.
Oh,
Yeah, Am got her a lot there in that first phase. Oh god, I'm one hit and I'm dead. I believe. Who else believes? I believe.
I believe.
All right, I got. Oh, okay. There's a funny little misinput I do a lot because I have to kind of like float downwards with Light Lemonade whenever I use it here.
так, пошла вторая фаза.
Bam. Should be good soon. I'm gonna take it safely. I did not take it safely.
Not safe
That's
enough.
fine. This is
Yeah.
the most common place where you lose your run because
А,
there's a lot of damage.
нет,
Remember when I said
не
earlier
вышло с
before,
первого
like,
раза.
this is the part of the game where us not collecting health upgrades.
Но он, в отличие от
catch
других
up.
боссов, действительно
Yeah, I have
вытанковывает
zero
неплохо.
upgrades.
We don't get any.
You know what they say? No health, all fast.
Yeah. I remember talking about that in 2019 when I started learning this category because I was super nervous about it. And even the fastest backup health is really not fast at all.
It's not super worth it, honestly. You just
Yeah.
gotta go for it and just hope that you just don't die.
Ну,
And you play well,
серьезно,
really,
это
at the
была
end of the day.
такая супер атака.
And 2 steps,
Ладно.
that will do more damage. And I got only one last
Ну,
time.
последний
That
босс
was a
как-никак.
mistake.
Yeah.
I keep doing this for now. Over this side, do one of these, and then bam. This side, same deal. And
He's
bam,
dead.
nice.
Oh, he's
Time is
dead.
time is gonna be once the game time shows up after this little cutscene here. But yeah, that
И
was
всё.
way better. Hope you all enjoy this run. I love this run. It's so.
Так,
so
время начнется сразу после этой время закончится, как только закончится эта катсцена.
Very good.
Sweet.
Shortish.
Just as sweet.
And time.
И
Bam.
Exactly 22.
Yeah,
Время.
that was like going to level 5 there. It was 40 seconds on my PB with a big time save on Morpho Knight there. I love that pick. I'm glad it came up randomly.
It's a good one.
It's a very good one. Yeah, look at that. Level 4 PB as well by a few seconds. I think it was 337 earlier when I hit in practice.
Jesus.
So, very good stuff. And I guess while the credits are going on right here, I'll give my shout-outs. First off, I'm going to plug my own channel because I mentioned earlier during the run, I'm currently on a quest to beat every single DS game ever made. Every single one. All 1,697 of them. I'm going to do it. Which double that if you want to include everything internationally, but I'm only doing North American releases. But yeah, if you're interested in that, be sure to follow my channel at twitch.tv/mr_shasta.
Так, теперь Раннер промоутит свой канал. Он сейчас проходит каждую игру на Nintendo DS, а именно 1357 игр.
A race of the guest stars for What's Faster, the GEQ Hotfix show, gamesofquick.com/hotfix, by the way. We're going to be spinning a race of that.
Также он напоминает то, что на GDQ Hotfix он будет проходить снова Kirby Star Allies, но только в режиме приглашенных звезд. И они будут соревноваться, какой персонаж будет быстрее.
If you want to catch us, go to AandKirbySpear.com page, except for Airride and Epic Yarn, because they have their own Discord, and that's totally okay.
Я так понял, первопартийных игр. Я тоже как-то сомневаюсь, но он примерно так сказал.
If you want to learn this run in particular, I actually have a commentated PB in my current PB on my YouTube channel, which is just, if you search MR_Shasta, it should just pop up. It's the one that the Weasel picked.
Yeah.
Anything you want to say, Lori?
I don't have any particular people I want to shout out. You did mention the Kirby sub-communities with their own Discord, so as a big person who's been in a lot of Kirby speedrunning community myself, I definitely do want to shout out, especially those Epic Yarn people who definitely were some of my first friends in this community. But also the whole Kirby community is awesome, so big shout outs to them. Shout outs to
yeah.
Sorry, Ed.
Sorry. I guess speaking of Kirby, shout outs to Kirby Air Ride later on the marathon by one David J, and also Kirby's Adventure from Dark Soul mentioned earlier. Those runs are gonna be very awesome. Adventure has had like a recent discovery. It's also really cool that y'all should check out that run especially for if you can. But yeah. Anything else you want to say, Lori? Sorry, kind of.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry about it. That's definitely good shout out to make. And again, shout out to the whole community. Thank you so much to you for having me for this run. I know you picked this up because you were doing like all the guest modes.
Yeah.
And
also, I picked up too because like I love watching you run this back in the day.
Yeah, and I remember you saying like you coming to me for help because I was like, you watched me run this, and that's always like a super cool thing to see, and that's always a good message. Is if you enjoy seeing a run, just pick it up and learn it yourself.
Absolutely. Spearing is very accessible. You can just put a timer to your casual playthrough and bam, speed run. Doesn't matter if you're good or not. It doesn't matter at all. You know, it's all good. Sorry, you're wrapped up shoutouts, yeah? Okay. So yeah, thinking about the shoutouts then. Thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of the Age of the Queue. Watch Alpha Block. Watch Alpha Block. It's worth it.
Do.
Worth staying up for.
All right. Thank you very much. With a final time of 35